All right, round one, we'll play first. Yeah, we'll keep it. All right, we're going to open with a black source because of the Ficus cure. It was a nice draw. Gives us a curve. I'm willing to trade Fellhide Brawler for anything. Literally anything. I think it's just because of how not good it is most of the time for us. That was a good draw too. I think we still play the Adept. We don't need to do the Read the Bones yet. Hmm. Junk. Junk with no plays. Interesting. That was a good draw. All right. Let's get in for 3. And curve out. No plays again. Very confused. All right. Getting in. He's got Divine Verdict mana, so I guess that would make sense. Or not. All right. Let's drop the Perforos. Because then we can just start pumping our guys and rise to the challenge. And at that point, it's over, I think. I mean, it's actually lethal next turn. Alright, quite literally saw 0 spells out of our opponent, and he's junk. So, no information given, which is going to make sideboarding a little more difficult, but we know we can't use Peak Eruption. Wild Celebrants is an option for later. Cutthroat Maneuver, possibly if we need life. I could see this I could see Cutthroat coming in for a 4-drop if we play against aggro. Like I could easily take out Forlorn Sudama and bring in the maneuver. But yeah, let's try it again. See if he plays first. He is playing first, and we are going to keep. Alright, it's a solid 3-drop. I would do the Ragemonger before the Ashiok's Adept. It's not even that good of a 3-drop. It's almost like a harder to cast 3 mana 2/3. You know what I mean? In this deck. Hammer was a good draw. Actually, Hammer might come down first. I really like what that can do. Well, he's not having mana issues, I'll tell you that much. Alright, let's drop the Hammer. Uh-oh. Not going to have time to Rage of Perforos that. Guess we'll drop this dude and get in for 2. So racing seems pretty much out of the question. Trying to think of some way I don't lose all of my guys. I'm not sure there's an outcome in which that happens. Well, I guess that does work. If he has 0 pump, I can kill his Nessian Courser. But considering he's got a Staunch-Hearted Warrior down, I have a feeling he's got a pump spell. The problem is I have no means of racing, really. I think we might have to play it defensive and just pray he doesn't have pump, because I don't know how else to beat. I don't really see any other way to beat the Courser. I really don't think racing is actually an option. I mean, I could just play Spear Point Oriad, swing for 4. He cracks back for a bunch. Otherwise, I 2-for-1 myself. See, another issue, I have to discard 2 cards here, which is going to be really crippling. So if I play Spear Point, double block, Rise of the Challenge my Ragemonger, and discard Ashiok's Adept and probably Rage of Perforos when he attacks. I think that's actually my best option. Alternatively, I could play the Cyclops, swing in with both, but then he'll probably block and trade. I think we play the Spear Point pass. I think I've got to go on defense, sadly. If he attacks with both, then I know he's got a trick, so I might just have to chump with Ragemonger. Yeah, alright, well this is actually going to work out okay for us. As long as he doesn't have Boon of Erebus, I guess, but if he does have Boon, I'm in some serious trouble. Alright, so we're discarding Ashiok's Adept and I believe Rage of Perforos. Yeah. And then what we're going to do is double block the Courser and first strike it down. Could also first strike down as Staunch-Hearted, but I actually can trade that with the Cyclops next turn. Alright. So we're going to take our 5 though. Alright. You still got a chance here, actually. So I think we swing for 4 and play our Cyclops and pass. Because we do have to... This guy is lifelink, so we do have to actually trade. Maybe I leave back 2 dudes just in case he has a pump. That might make more sense. Let's leave back the Cyclops and the Ragemonger. I'll get in for 2. That way, if he has removal for Cyclops or something, or I don't know. We'll see what pump spell. If he has a pump spell, I can just chump block. If he doesn't have a pump spell, I can trade with the Cyclops. Alright, he did have the removal, so he's going to get rid of our guy that would have blocked well. And we do sort of have to chump block here. I would prefer to not take damage. Can we risk going to 1? I'd prefer to not. Let's just play it safe. Okay. So I think we just pass. And we're going to make a hammer token. And double block. Alright, unfortunately that's a really big deal too. That's going to be tough to beat. So we have to chump pretty clearly. I'm trying to think if I have any means to get around that thing. I don't think I do. I don't think we got any hard removal really that I can think of. I can't remember getting any hard removal in black. So that guy's going to be pretty difficult to beat. Can't really think of a way to do it right now. That's also not good for us. See what we can get here. So I'm pretty sure we're just going to lose against that guy because he's huge. That's not the worst draw. Alright. Are we just going to be chump blocking for the rest of the game, or... Guess so. I don't really know what else we're doing. I don't quite see a means to beat Staunch Hearted Warrior. We didn't end up getting any Baleful Eidolons. That would have really been beneficial here. We didn't get any Aura Disruption or Destruction, because that doesn't exist in red-black. I'm just not sure we have an actual way to win this game, unfortunately. Perforos and get him online. Okay. Perforos getting him online is an actual way, I guess. Yeah, that's not good for us either. Burnished Heart. Okay. So we have to leave the Golem back for blocking. And we're on a 5-turn clock, which doesn't seem very good for us. Oh, now we're on a 3-turn clock. Well, at least we prevent him from drawing 12 life, or gaining 12 life here. Oh, still glitched. I don't know why he didn't attack with Scholar. I guess because it's his win con or something. Alright, so we'll play Perforos's Emissary. Guess we're dead. I don't even need to do that. Yeah, I'm just actually going to concede, I guess, because I have less time than him. So, game 3, do I have any means to get rid of his guy? I don't think I do. Nope. Not enough removal for that. Alright, well, I guess I just gotta hope he doesn't, alright, I guess I just have to kill a Staunch-Hearted Warrior as soon as I see it. Alright, let's try it again. Alright, we'll play first. This hand's fine. Not great, since we can't put a lot of pressure, but we do have a Read the Bones to at least find us some stuff. Alright, it's a legit draw. We get to go Perforos into Stonechuck Giant. Hopefully I'd really like to draw a Cerberus next turn. We'd look, if we got that turn progression, I would feel very good about the outcome of this game. If we could go straight up Cerberus into Perforos into Stonechuck Giant, then, I mean, I feel like that would be a tough one to lose. Even Hammer of Perforos off the top would be great. That would be really tough to lose too, I would think. That's just so much pressure. Even Read the Bones into Perforos into Stonechuck Giant seems like it's going to be okay for us. We are giving him some setup time here, but I think that's alright. Okay. Not quite what I was looking for, but Read the Bones here should be fine. We don't need lands anymore, really, so we can bottom those. Yep. Okay. Let's see what we get. Reveler and Fellhide Brawler. Definitely don't want the Brawler. Reveler? I think we're going to bottom that too. Alright, we did get the Cerberus. So now, I think we still go Perforos into Stonechuck into Cerberus. So, still just a bit slow, but not the worst. Alright, Bloodtoll Harpy is a card. I guess we could do Temple, Cerberus. No, I think we gotta, I really want to do the Perforos Stonechuck Cerberus play. I think that's the best. I think. Because that allows us to play these two guys over the next two turns and then turn this guy on to attack. Whereas playing the Cerberus into Perforos into Stonechuck, I think is just ultimately not worth it. We just didn't end up getting the ideal turn progression is kind of the issue. But Stonechuck's a big threat, so that could help us. Oh wow, Revoke on Perforos, yeah. That's a pretty strong play. It's a nice common. Alright, he missed his land drop. That's nice too. So we could do Temple Cyclops, but I think we went big man here. We're already at 8 lands, so technically we can make him monstrous. It's pretty strong. We've got some removal in our deck. We'll have to see if we can find some of it. We got Fall of the Hammer and Lightning Strike and Fracas Cure. If we can't find it, we're probably in trouble, but we'll see. So 6 mana, no, I think we Temple, Cyclops, swing 5. Definitely leaving that on top. If he plays Ordeal of Erebos, we at least can still Lightning Strike his guy. Alright, that's going to make it a lot more difficult, but next turn we do get to go Cyclops Cerberus. So as long as we don't die over the next couple turns, I actually think we have enough to win, but it's very dependent on how many buff spells he has. Alright, we really wanted him to not have that, but I don't think it's I guess it really depends on what he gets next turn. If he doesn't have lethal next turn, I think we actually still could have the means to win, believe it or not. But yeah, him having the Chosen and the Ordeal is definitely an issue. He's only got 1/1/1 counter on it. I want to jam both of our creatures for sure. So I guess we get in for all of this. And then we drop Cyclops plus Cerberus and pass. And then technically I think we've actually got enough to do Cyclops Monstrosity plus Lightning Strike, which I hope is lethal, but really depends on how much damage he can deal to us here. And what kind of disruption he's got, stuff like that. A buff spell for our double striker could be all we need. Alright. So he's got Divine Verdict mana up. Oh, alright. Well, maybe we win then. Because now we just have to make him monstrous and he can't block. And that's definitely lethal. Let me make sure I'm doing my math correctly. 8. He becomes 8 power. Yeah, it's definitely lethal. And he doesn't have flying. Okay. Alright, that was a close match. He almost got there on the back of a Blood Toll Harpy with a Hopeful and a Ordeal. That was pretty nasty. But Fatties reigned supreme. Alright, I'll see you round 2.